Has the world learned the lesson? Sadly, I must confess, the answer is no. Had the world learned the lesson, there would have been no Cambodia, and no Rwanda, and no Darfur, and no Bosnia, and no racism, and no anti-Semitism. But we must learn now certain very simple lessons, that whatever happens to one community affects all communities.
These words, so eloquently spoken by Nobel laureate and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel at the opening of the Illinois Holocaust Museum and Education Center, are a mandate for the work that occurs inside these walls every day. Hello, I'm Lauren Jiggets, and last summer my mother, sister, and I visited this remarkable museum for the first time. And I'm sure, like many of you, I left with memories and impressions that will stay with me for a lifetime. So please join me as we explore this vital institution and meet some of the many individuals that are impacted by its essential mission.
One of my students actually today said that every single CPS student should come to the museum every year and be reminded of what happened and what they can do to prevent this from ever happening again. I think it's extremely important that students understand that as an individual they have the power to change the environment that they live in their communities.
Younger children begin their journey with a visit to the newly enhanced Make a Difference Miller Family Youth Exhibition. Through new interactive scenarios, students learn how to become upstanders, not bystanders, by choosing to speak up and take action. Each visitor has the chance to take an upstander oath, a pledge to take the lessons of respect learned at the museum and apply them to their own lives.
I've had a lifelong feeling that children are not born with hate, they learn it. And the object of this and many other things that are going on are to try and teach the kids that they don't have to hate differences in other kids. Tall, short, thin, fat, white, black. These are differences we should build on and not differences we should fear. Talking to kids and understanding that they understand what bullying is and what upstanders are. That's where I really get the pride, knowing that the message is getting through.
And this message is being heard loud and clear. The Exelon Anti-Bullying Forum, held here at the museum, brought together over 100 school administrators from throughout the Midwest and featured Chicago Public Schools CEO Jean-Claude Broussard as its keynote speaker.
According to U.S. government statistics, 56% of all students claim to have personally witnessed an act of bullying. Students have to really understand who they are and where they come from and what's happened in history. So one, we don't repeat it. Two, we have the kinds of empathy we need for all people. And last but not least, the acceptance of all kinds of people from around the world. So not just, white, black, or Asian, but even differences amongst ourselves.
Strengthening partnerships with educators and school administrators is just one of the many ways that the museum's mission is being fulfilled. This past year, the Illinois Holocaust Museum partnered with the state of Illinois in establishing the landmark Illinois Holocaust and Genocide Commission, further defining the museum as a thought leader in this critical arena.
We are so proud to be able to support and help advance the essential mission of this important, crucial body. The Commission is comprised of a remarkable assembly of leaders from across our great state who represent communities that have faced the scourge of genocide. And together, we are committed to ensuring that such atrocities never happen again.
As a place whose mission is not only to honor those lost in the Holocaust, but also to teach current generations how to combat hatred, prejudice, and indifference, the museum hosted former Mayor Richard M. Daley's final Holocaust Remembrance Day observance last May.
The Holocaust Remembrance Day that Mayor Daley has had since the day he came into office has a big impact and significance to us, the Holocaust survivors. It means that the mayor recognizes and understands the pain and the suffering of what we Holocaust survivors went through during the dark days in Auschwitz and other concentration camps. And it is a day of remembrance and a day of teaching and a day of reminding. And we are honored and proud that the new mayor, Mayor Emanuel, the mayor of the city of Chicago, will continue this wonderful, wonderful tradition.
The museum also hosted the Honorable Ivo Josipovic, President of the Republic of Croatia. As the first foreign head of state to visit the museum, the president spoke passionately about his role in helping to create the International Criminal Court and his deep belief in the pursuit of justice in the aftermath of genocide. Taking part in a commemorative ceremony that paid homage to the victims of the Holocaust, he also shared the history of those members of the Croatian community who were rescuers. Through rich special exhibitions, the museum reaches new communities, broadening its audience and educating new generations about past and current injustices. Shining a light on the shadows of our own history, the Art of Gammon showcased arts and crafts made by Japanese Americans interned during World War II. Gammon is a Japanese word that means to endure the seemingly unbearable with dignity and patience, and exemplifies the unbreakable spirit of this stalwart community.
I'm so happy to be here tonight. Came down from Washington last night.
The museum's inaugural Donald and Sue Pritzker Voices of Conscience lecture welcomed civil rights giant and former freedom rider Congressman John Lewis.
It doesn't matter whether we're black or white or Latino, Asian American or Native American, we're one people.
In his powerful speech, Congressman Lewis made clear that while the evil of the Holocaust and the struggle of African Americans for civil rights cannot be compared, there is an overlap, and that the survivors of the darkest of inhumanity are forever tied together by their experiences. By participating in identity and self-awareness exercises, Chicago police recruits tour the museum's exhibits and speak with survivors, becoming more enlightened, sensitive, and responsive civil servants. As the first multi-channel marketing campaign to convey the transformational experience of visiting the Illinois Holocaust Museum, the power of one illustrates how one person's voice or action can make a difference in the lives of countless others, be it a survivor who inspires others by sharing their story, or a visitor to the museum empowered to speak out against injustice.
If there is one lesson I'll learn from today, is definitely to learn from the past and improve on the mistakes that the generations before you have made. Because I know that none of us wants to ever hear of or experience another type of genocide today.
The museum's third year has been marked by profound growth and an even deeper impact within our community and beyond. But there is still nothing so powerful and exhilarating as to see tens of thousands of people streaming through our doors, walking through our exhibits, and having an encounter with Holocaust history that touches them, that stays with them, and that motivates them to make a difference in the world today.
This is the Illinois Holocaust Museum and Education Center, and through the universal lessons taught here, we all have the potential to discover the power of our own voice. And by doing so, each and every one of us can change the world.
You never can know the impact and the consequences of a word, an image, a sentence, a prayer, or a smile.